Good evening, everybody. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models. Welcome to Sunday Night Live Stream. Has something a little different. I cannot find any of those rolls of my aluminum tape I've got. I don't know where they're at. I hope to God they're not in my storage. I can't get Week 36 going. I tried to get a hold of my son-in-law today, but I found out him and my daughter went on a cruise, so they'll be back by tomorrow. And so instead of working on the Sea Witch, I got something else I'm going to be working on. It's going to be a balsa wood job I've done. I'm going to finish up covering up the tail feathers of this thing and do a little painting on the fuselage of this thing here. And it's a Comet Stinson Reliant 1940 kit by Comet Models, one of the oldest manufacturers in the world today. And sadly to say, they're no longer in business. Their kits can be found on kit vendors, eBays, or kit detectives and places like that in general. Okay, we'll check the chat board to see who's shaking it right now. We got 3 watching and 1 thumbs up. Oh, good. We got Tony. Oh, gosh, Tony. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you, buddy. Okay, we're getting started here in a couple minutes, Tony, on this thing here. We'll see the camera a little bit, show you what's going on. Get that hamburger out of the way. He makes still hamburgers, but he ain't stealing my Stinson, buddy. He comes over here. Yeah. Here's my Stinson Reliant, Tony, I'm working on. There's no Comet yet. This thing is very light. It's going to fly very well. We're going to cover up the tail feathers. Get them covered. Have them installed too and everything. And yeah, we're going to have some fun with this thing. Oh, Jesus, Tony. 50 of them. Oh, my God. Thank you, buddy. Oh, I say I owe you, buddy. You need anything, let me know. Gosh, man, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. You touched my heart, buddy. I can retire this old pipe right here. I'm a cigar man. God bless you. Thank you, dear sir. Thank you. So far, Tony, it's just you and me tonight, buddy, which is good. I enjoy this. Are you working on anything, Tony, right now, or are you just kind of chilling out or starting another figure? See, I'm looking directly into the camera right here. I'm looking at the chat board here to see who's coming up and everything. That's why I always got my face away from the camera. Oh, yes. You mentioned that last night, the trumpeter kit, 148 scale. That goes together very, very well. It comes with white metal landing gear, rubber tires. And what I've got 2 kits of that, except it's not the C-47, the DC-3 VIP Chinese Airlines job. But there's a lot of aftermarket decals out there. On the next one of those I'm going to build, I'm going to go ahead and make it TWA or Eastern Airlines. Because they've got aftermarket decals for them things. Trumpeter makes very, very good kits. I think the first kit that Trumpeter ever made under banner models was USS Arizona in 1/350 scale. That was about 2002, 2003 or 4, somewhere around there, very early in the millennial. And When they came out, all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. They were mass producing kits. I remember back in the early 1990s, around 92, 93, somewhere around there, down right there Air Force Base, you had nothing Orientals out there taking pictures of all these airplanes. And I said, boy, these guys are camera happy. And I just dawned on me. I said, I got to figure it out, you know. These guys are probably people work for Hasagawa or Trumpeter or some Asian brother company out there, getting all the details that they can discern, create to produce a model kit. That's what they were. They're probably people out there getting all the research to do to make these kits. I don't know how many Trumpeter kits I got in here. I think I got none. All my Trumpeter stuff is no. I finish up the Texas up there. I gotta get that going. Get the Coimet railings that and the rigging be finished. I got the Queen Elizabeth over there by Trumpeter. Yes, I do. That's a good kit. I've got a 133 scale card model of the C-47 Skytrain and delivery of olive drab and gray. I make the C-47, which back then was DC-3 for me. It was TWA, and that was 1950? Yeah, I flew one of those. That was one of the first airplanes I ever flown in. And I can remember that the interior had gray floors, and the seats were all red. It was aluminum and white upper plating with red TWA logos on there. I remember that quite well. In fact, Monogram made a nice model of that one time, box scale, whatever scale it was. I don't know if it was box scale. A lot more smaller than 1/72 scale. I want to tell you something, Tony. That Trumpeter, no, who was I love? Trumpeter? Yeah, it is Trumpeter. Nailed the Titanic right on the head. It's big. You'll be very, very happy when you get that kit because you'll be busy for a long time. It's got LED. It has LED lightings in it, lighting system in there. They got pictorial instructions that shows you how to do it. My brother's an electrician. He was really sick when he had that cancer hit him really hard. He needed something to take his stuff off his mind. And when he was feeling good a little bit, half human anyway, he realized that my Titanic had an LED set. I don't know nothing about electronics that much. I don't fiddle with them like that. My brother said, "Hey, that thing comes with lights, Frank." I said, "I know, Mike." It says, "I'll tell you what I can do. I'm feeling pretty better. I'm feeling better now. Let me do the lights for you." Oh man, please do so. And he did a good job. It took about a week to do it. He got the lights all worked on it. It has a USB cable where you can plug into your computer or something, and you flip on a button, and all the lights light up. Oh, you'll like that. And there's so much aftermarket stuff out there in that kit, Tony. You'd be amazed. A lot of resin and white metal and photo etch out there. I want to tell you something. You don't need no photo etch. This kit gives you all the photo etch that you need to complete the Titanic. And those boats are beautiful. Everything in that kit's beautiful. It's big. It's huge. It's 54 inches long. Card models are probably my specialty because when I was a little boy growing up in this world, Tony, the only thing that was out there at the time was card models and stuff like this. What we're going to do tonight, this Balsa kits here. And there was no such thing as plastic. Plastic was just a distant dream until the year of our Lord in 1954 is when Revell came out with the first plastic model of the USS Missouri. And then they had Iowa, New Jersey. They came out big old long, kind of like shoe boxes, real long, thin boxes came out. And with $1.98, I never got it for Christmas one, 1954. But that's you're gonna like what I got you right there, Frank. I says, wow, Dad. I opened it up. I said, wow. Is this a Balsa model? No, it's plastic. Plastic. I never heard of it before. Let's open it up and see what it is. We both learned something from it. And it was actually a good kit. At the time we got the kit, it was a delight. But the more you get familiar with the kit, they did a lot of shortcuts in that kit. It'll give you a full hull. And it's really inaccurate in a lot of ways, especially in the bow area. But it looked like a battleship, and it was very well honored in my collection at the time. And I do a lot of card models. I got a bunch. Let me show you a couple right now since we're on card models right now. Let me get up and walk about 2 meters. And I'll show you a couple I'm doing right now. Well, my foot's killing me today. Hope I can get that doggone gout again. This is Wilhelm's, Kaiser Wilhelm's Lagose. This is his yacht that he had. I'm building that real good. There's a little tune-up here and there. Oh boy, get up and show you what else got going on here in the paper. This one here is finished. All these rigging on it. You all done. This is a toy bird, motorship toy bird. Another one I'm working on right now. I'm working on the Clusterfelds, the motorship bulk carrier. I'm working on this one. Needs a little tuning up on it, but be good. I'll get down with it. What if I got another one here? Oh, that's about it. Yeah. I use this right over here. I use tacky glue. You find it at Michael's, the Hobby Lobby, and most craft stores in general. Sometimes even hardware stores got them. That's what I use. It's good stuff. I built a lot of scratch jobs too. I had this in the museum for a long time. I can grab this. You probably like this here, Tony. This is Rounded Doria. Boy, these other cleanup again. This thing is dusty. This one that sunk right off Nantucket Shoals. 250 feet of water went down, struck the, I think it had a collision with the Stockholm, the bench liner. That was back in 1956. I remember that quite well. That was a big thing back in that day. We got 5 watching and 2 thumbs up. Well, we'll go over here and get this, get the tail feathers covered up on this here Comet Stinson Reliant. This coffee cup out of the way. Okay. I'm going to go over here and do some work for it over here. So that's the place to work on the plan here. Where's mine? There it is, right there. Okay. Wow. I use a mixture of white glue and some water. A lot of guys use a glue stick. Years ago, used to use Evergloss dope, but they don't make that stuff no more. And there's other stuff that works just as better than dope, works real well. But I sure miss the stench of banana oil. Okay. Stick this rabbit over here. Okay. And we'll heat to it and tighten up that groove real quick. Well, the other will shrink the same. Okay, Tony, get yourself a cup of Joe, little buddy. Those who are watching, welcome to Sunday Night Live Stream with me and my Stinson Reliant. Okay. Glue his edges down so the tissue will stick. I got wrapped around the surface right here. That way it'll stick. There you go. Good and tight. Hello, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to Sunday night live stream with me and my 1940 Comet Stinson Reliant I'm building here. Right now I'm covering up the tail feathers. I apologize not working on the D36 because I ran out of aluminum tape and my good friend, Mr. Tony, is ordered me a roll of that tape. It should be in the mail within a couple of days. I'll resume on that, but I got plenty to do here to finish up on until I get that tape and I go ahead and be able to proceed on finishing the covering of the wings. Okay, we got that going there. All righty, we'll come over here and cover the other side now. All righty now. Get all those wrinkles out. Get a little blow here. All righty now. Here, remove some of this excess material off here. Well, come back. Seal the edges here. Seal the edges. Just like that, fellas. Just like that. No fuss, no muss. Okay. There we go. I hear, Tony, I'm using the kits of tissue right there. All this plain old tissue. I highly recommend get some aftermarket tissue. A lot better than this old Comet tissue they got. But that's all I have for now. And I do make it work. You just got to keep putting water on it to shrink it more. And by adding alcohol and water, like Windex right here, if it's all wet, you can be able to shrink it down using your blower gun. Hold my trash can right here. It uses Krylon Clear. It acts like a dope, but it does. It seals the fabric. It seals all the pores. Makes it stronger. Back over here and blow some more. Come on, here, hit this side. A spring is right inside that trash can. There you go. Take a bump of stick that Tony gave me. Just kind of lightly sand around the framework right here. Make it nice and smooth for painting. I'll use an airbrush on this when I'm painting it. It's going to be blue with white trim, like that of the box. There you go. just like this. Wiggle button sticks work very well. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this next. Yeah. Okay. Smooth out all those wrinkles, make sure it's good and tight. Okay, back seconds. That is good news. Gain 2 more states. That's great. Yeah, I've been watching the news lately and stuff, and I guess you got a lot of those left wingers out there are joining the right wingers. They found out that they've been hoodwinked. Yeah. Trending right here. Ooh, it's close there. Won't tear it off there. All work is wasted. We will seal this again. Now, do the edges right here and check out the chat board. Equal slits. Called relay slits. Good and sealed. Use your fingers. That's how that tissue around the frame works. It locks it in real good. Okay. Get a little more glue on the inside. Oh, wait, work here. What you guys see I'm doing, I'm looking at the airplane. That's my error fault. Okay. Okay. I'll blast this water right here. Hit the blowgun. Crank it up. Well, she still made that butane dope. That was good stuff. Tight as a banjo string right there. Now I'm going to cut me the more tissue out. I got plenty of tissue left over for previous kits, so I don't have to worry about this that much. Okay. Back my days when I was building models, kits like this is all they had, you know? as difficult these kits are to make today's standards, you had 3-year-old children like myself was building stuff like this back in those days. They didn't have no X-Acto knives back then. Let me show you how you make X-Acto knives. Back in those days, there weren't no safety razors like you have nowadays, like exposable razor blades. You had double-edged razor blades, but Gillette and Schlick. Simulating it, this is a razor blade right here. You took a razor blade, you break it in half. This is one half. Then you make a slant right there. You cut that off. Then you get a little piece of wood and dowel. You notch it out. Stick that blade in there like this. They wrapped up a string nice and tight, and we glued it on there. That was the exact blade that we used back in those days. Hey, Matt, how you doing, buddy? We got Lucid Model Designs all the way from Alberta, Canada. My dear great friend, Matt, a wonderful human being and a wonderful model builder. And we got something different tonight, Matt. As you can see, I can't get no more tape. I was 100 all day long before I couldn't find any. But my good friend, who's on the chat right now, he sent me a roll of that tape. So I should be getting it in probably a couple of days or so. So I got plenty of stuff here to finish up on until when it comes, I can resume back my B36 and get that thing finished up. Right now, we just got the finishing rudder on my Stinson Reliant right here. And right now, I just covered the stabilizer right here on one side. I go to the other side and cover the same. And we'll go ahead and assemble it, and we're going to start painting the fuselage a little bit here. Okay, let's see what we do now. Yes, right. Come over here, we'll cover the bottom of the top view of this thing. What I like about this Comet wood to use, it's pretty strong wood. We have a solution of bright glue and water. Go ahead and stick a tissue on, let it dry. And cover same. Alrighty. There we go. Smooth it out. Get all the wrinkles out of it, and it's good and tight. The tighter you get smoothed out, get the wrinkles out, you can finish it up by drying with a blowgun right there. The better the finish is going to be. You bend you tight. Okay. While it's drying, we'll take about a 5-minute break here and get on the chat board and see what's going on here. I'll try and operate the chat board and also do this at the same time, so I'm in tune to pretty much everybody. Oh, see what Matt has to say here. Well, that's great. You'll find out all hobby manufacturers make that Tomcat. They're all different from each other. The ones I like the best is that Monogram one ain't too bad. The 148 scale. They got them all out there. I mean, they're a pretty popular airplane. The most expensive Tomcat I got is that 132nd scale Tamiya cat. Oh, I think I paid over $200 for that cat. Very expensive. And it's got metal stuff there too. In the structures, you know, you can screw it on. It gives you something to do more than plastic, which I think is a good touch right there. The Glitter Man. Yeah, there you go, Bucky's. I like that, but I never heard of them until my daughter, got me out of. She rescued me from Ohio when I was losing my home and stuff. She said, "Dad, you ever been to Bucky's before?" And I said, "I've never heard of it." Said it's kind of like a tourist place to go. People go there. You'll like it to go there. I'll tell you one darn thing. That place is definitely a tourist trap. I went in there and started in Kentucky. That's where they had it at. Kentucky, Tennessee, and she got a bunch of these Bucky shirts. Man, they got potato chips, sandwiches, everything there. Jerky by the bulk, everything. Ain't nothing that place don't have. I mean, that's a crowd of people. Well, I went to use a bathroom in there. It looked like an induction center bathroom for GIs. It was huge in there. Our place is big, 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 big. I love going there. Yes, it is. Tomcats are pretty popular. I remember the first one I bought was by Revell. It was a 132nd scale one, and it had delivery of the USS Enterprise. That was 1980 when it first came out, and boy, that was a dandy of a kit. I still got it. I built it. It's in my box in my storage. I've got two Monogram 148 scale Tomcats. I also get that 132nd scale by Tamiya. Now I think I paid a little over $200 for that Tamiya cat. Whew. I haven't built that yet though, but I did take a look outside the kit contents, and it's got metal stuff there too and everything. It's if I had that right now, I'd be building it too. It's a beautiful kit. A Tomcat's a wonderful airplane. It's very beautiful. I'll tell you what inspired me in getting it. Tomcat. If I watch that movie, Kirk Douglas, it's called The Final Countdown. I said, man, what kind of a plane is that? That's a Tomcat. That was the successor to the F-4 Phantom. I go, wow. I said, that's a hell of an airplane right there. And I like where the wings they swept back. You know, all those Tomcat kits. I know Monogram and Revell and Tamiya. They're geared in there. You got geared. You open one wing, the other wing goes out too by itself automatically. I kind of like that. When they go for supersonic flight, they fold those wings back, and man, they're in there. They come in for a carrier landing, slower speed. They extend the wings out. They got that from the General Dynamics F-111, and that was one hell of an airplane. So I imagine that was the basis of the designing of the Tomcat, or 14 Tomcat. Oh yeah, I've got the Warthog or Thunderbolt 2, whatever you want to name it. I've got that one by Trumpeter, 132nd scale. Oh man, that was a dandy, beautiful model, huge. I want to tell you something. That thing can start a war and win a war all in one shot. The arsenal that thing carries. And that thing has got that 7.32 Gatling gun right in the nose area. I want to tell you something. I don't want to be in harm's way. That thing's coming at you. As soon as you hear that motor start up, it's all said and done and over with, buddy. Yeah, great wall kits good. I got the TBD Devastator. They're an excellent kit. Exactly what it does. Just like that. Time you hear that thing start that motor up, those chains, they're dead. They're dead. It's almost like Puff Magic Dragon when they used to bank that plane, shoot. I seen those things at nighttime when I was in Vietnam. And man, you talk about a fireworks display. They say every square inch of 300 feet of a football field, you find a bullet in there. Anything in a square inch of a football field that's live, that's mortal, it's actually exterminated. It's gone. Oh, Tony, you got the A10 Warthog by Trumpler? Yeah, Trumpler. Yeah, I think it's Trumpler made that, did it? Yeah. Oh man, that's a good kit. I think I got that thing for $117 like I paid for it. I bought that down at the hobby shop. Matter of fact, I made a video of that too. So you go to get back a Frankie Day models, check the video I made of that too. It came out very excellent. Because matter of fact, I think Republic Aircraft Company made that A10 Warthog. Thunderbolt 2, they call it. Yeah, when you go out of business sale like that, you'd be surprised how fast you can sell stuff like that. Wonderful. Chill a little more, not much. Give it wrap around. Chill a little closer more. Oh, okay. 12 gauge, the same thing before. Those edges now. Check the chat board here in a second. So this thing's glued. Get those edges all glued down and sealed. Yeah, wonderful. There we go. Okay. All righty. Yeah, that stabilizer is pretty straight too. That's how I want it. We shrink it again the other side. Nice and straight. Oh yeah. Oh, we got Chris on here. Hey, we got Freddie Duarte on there. Hey, you doing, Freddie? Hey, Freddie, I ran out of tape. We got Tony going to send me a roll of tape so I can finish up my B36. But I had to move onward. So right now I'm kind of finishing up the covering of my fuselage and everything on my Comet model, my Kmart special Comet Stinson SR7 Reliant sports plane. I forgot to mention, guys, I got this model at Kmart. I think I paid 98 cents for it. And those of you that remember Kmart, you know how it used to be back then. I know Freddie does, because Freddie used to buy a lot of stuff out of there too, and I know I have. I tell you, Kmart was 10,000 times better than Walmart. And I went to Kmart. You got a heck of a bargain on models. They mostly had a lot of Comet kits. They had a lot of Comet kits like this to sell, and a lot of remodeling ones too, like P61 Black Widows and TVD Devastators. They had a lot there, and they were cheap. The Devastators are marked down about $1.50 because that was a $2 kit back then. And like I say, I only paid 98 cents for this one here, and they were very, very cheap back those days. My biggest fault is I should have bought a whole slew of those darn things. I only bought 2 out of there, and I should have bought about every one they had in there. Every day stocked them up. I should have bought more of them there. And they had a lot of good stuff back in those days. It's a shame we went out of business now. Seal that stabilizer. It fills in the pores. It strengthens up the tissue. It acts like dope. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, yeah. God. Got that slot out. Yeah, over my lap here, so I'll see what I'm doing here. Gotta cut that slot out. There. Yeah. I got one more. Beautiful. Exactly how I want it. Make sure it's good and square. Which it isn't. It is now. Blue there. A little bit of blue here. Make sure it's good straight. Yeah. Good and straight. Okay. Well, here in wet it down a little bit. See it straight now. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep, that's it, boys. That's it. Wonderful. Put the Cryolite glue in there. Good straight. It's excellent. Drive a couple minutes, fellas. I think it's very light. Very light. That thing will hunt for the clouds. Now my hand will should fly it. Okay, well, come back here and back to me and check out the chat board. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, we're gonna get this mess cleaned up, buddy. You know, I read the Bible every day, and good always outwits the evil. And like I say, God will deliver us from all this evil. And it just shows you guys what happened. Like it says in the Bible, follow no man and let no man beguile you. This stuff has been going on since November 22nd, 1963, when they assassinated President Kennedy. The United States of America has changed and died out at that time. Then you had the Great Society coming in, which is known as Lyndon Baines Johnson. We got in there. And he's the one that really got us involved in Vietnam. Mr. Kennedy didn't want us to go to Vietnam. This man's been at war for 5 years. He knows what war and destruction can do to the fellow American and do to civilians and what it can do. And all the trauma and the PSD and stuff. A lot of us veterans suffer from that stuff. I suffer from that stuff too. I know Freddie does. Freddie was out there, Desert Storm. He was out there, and he's seen a lot of stuff out there that'll make you want to get sick. And this man goes to sleep every night, taking it with him too, like I do when I went to Vietnam. War is not very good stuff to go to, guys. That's why I don't like going to war. And wars can be avoided. Like the situation we got going on with Charlie Kirk. There's this war started right there. Oh, I'll tell you something, guys. There's only two animals in the world that make war: ants and human beings. Those are the only two animals God made out of his two hands that make war. Is ants and human beings. You got black ants, so they don't like red ants. Red ants don't like piss ants. Piss ants don't like army ants. Army ants don't like black ants. So they all go to battle. We got to get the stuff, all this hate and everything out of this country. It's terrible. It's not healthy. I stand with Canada too, Freddie. Canada's a good country. It really is. That's why a lot of people got out of the USA and wanted to go to Canada. They seen the writing on the wall. And the governments we have in this country is not good anymore. It's like Henry Truman says, for a politician to get rich, he's got to be a crook. Those are the direct words that Harry Truman said. The man's right. You're in there for the big paycheck. We're sacrificial lambs led to slaughter to make their paychecks possible. I want the war. I want the war for all you model builders, and for my country, for my family, to get in there and get the hell out. I didn't want to like go with the war. I didn't want anything else. I had no early adulthood or nothing. When I graduated from the school, for the same day I graduated from high school, I got my draft notice to go to Vietnam. Guys, my generation, within 2 weeks, every person that graduated from school was in a uniform. I graduated my cap and gown. I came home and my mother always goes to the mailbox, takes the mail out. She says, Frank, I think this is for you. I says, from the government. And I knew what that was. I opened it up and it said, greetings from your president. You're hereby by 9:45 a.m., 1033 South Broadway at the main induction center for the United States Marines. I got my draft notice. I want to become an aeronautical engineer. I want to go to college. I want to go out there and sow my wild oats a little bit. Only wild oats I sowed when I was in uniform in Vietnam. I didn't have a homecoming queen or nothing like that. The only homecoming queen I had at the time was Sally No Chan. That's what I had. All of us guys got a very bad rap back in those days. That's right, Glitter Man. The grass is always greener on the other side. Yeah. Miss the clowns. Right now we got a clown show world we're going through right now. Big clown show. Ain't no excuse for that stuff. I think the best decades I ever lived my whole life was the late 1940s and throughout the whole 1950s. You kids missed it all. 1950s was a darn good generation because my father got out of war. You know, a lot of fathers got out of World War II. They created their own families. You all grew up with Leave It to Beaver, and Fathers Knows Best, and Ozzie and Harriet, and watch Wile E. Coyote in the morning, Popeye the Sailor and stuff. Wonderful stuff back in those days, guys. That's right, Freddie. Yeah, I'll tell you. Freddie got a phone call. Heck, I got a letter. And my mother seen that letter. Said, "Oh my God, Frank, you've been hosed. What are you going to do?" I could take it a chance, take it like a man. I'm going to go in, go out. And I was married at the time. And I told my wife, "Says anything happens to me, you get all that government insurance and everything else." And so my dad said, "Wait a second, hold the phone, Frank. Wait a minute now." And I says, "You don't have to go to the Marines or the Army like that." I said, "I have to go, Dad. It's ordered by the Commander in Chief himself. I got to go." "No, you don't." I said, how do you mean, Pop?" "Frank, whether you learn anything or not, you got a piece of paper that says you graduate from school. Try to go in the Air Force or go in the Navy. I want the Navy. Your survival rate be a lot more greater than being in the Marines. I don't want my son to come home in a pine box or come home in a wheelchair." So I got thinking about it. You're right, Dad. I want to see a naval recruiter. Naval recruiter came up to me and says, "Okay, Beans, what do you got there?" Uh, "I've got a letter here. I got drafted." That don't mean anything. To me, it does. It says, Come join the Navy? So, yeah, what do you got in your hand right there? A high school diploma. Let me see it. He looks at it. Very well. Now, pulls out a drawer, pulls out a piece of paper. Here's a test you take. It takes about 45 minutes to take. You take it, and you give it to me. Come back here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll give you the results. So what does that test consist of? That test right there consists of everything you learned from first grade until the day you graduate from school, which, looking at your diploma right there, you graduated about 2 days ago. I said, yes, sir. It shouldn't be too hard to pass that test. So I did it, took it. 9:30 in the morning, came in. He looked at me, extended his hand, shook my hand. Congratulations, United States Navy now. How soon do you want to get shipped out? Like right now. Right? You kidding me? Right now? I said, yeah, why don't you go out there and chase some girls for a while? They said, I'll give you a couple of weeks. He says, well, I got a wife now. We'll be with the wife for a while. Be with your family, be with your friends. You got 2 weeks, come back to here, and I'll give you a piece of papers to go to 1030 South Broadway Induction Center and take a test. Take your physical. You come back to me, and I'll give you the time when I ship you out. So within 1 week, 2 weeks later, came back. He gave me a paper, take a physical. Came back that day. Within about a week, like you said, I had to go to San Diego, California for boot camp. Naval Training Center. NTC. Did you have a high school diploma, Freddie? If you had a high school diploma, you had a choice, old buddy. If you didn't have no high school diploma, there's only two outfits that take you for sure. Either the Army and the Marines. Had a couple of buddies of mine. They were in the Marines. They had no high school diploma. They dropped out of school. The guys that dropped out of school, the guys who wouldn't do good in school, were the first ones that got nailed. Oh, you got a high school diploma. Okay, I follow you. Well, the Army nowadays, guys, you got a pretty good survival rate because of technology, I mean, Freddie had different technology of equipment, but it was a lot more better than what we had. The equipment that we had back in Vietnam, World War II stuff, I was eating K rations all the way from the Second World War. I was attached to the 3rd Marine Division. At Catamaran Bay, I was on pivots, PBRs, riverboats. I had olive drab dungarees that I was wearing, and a flak jacket, and a stew pot. And the K rations we're eating were stuff from World War II. Using World War II equipment, surplus. Yeah, my keyboard's getting worn out too, Freddie. Tony. My hand's too much typing like that, leaves finger marks on there, and wears out those letters. Yeah, Canada, yeah, that Trudeau, he's kind of like a President Biden in a way. I never liked Biden. I never liked him since the Eisenhower administration. There's something about the guy, he wasn't too truthful about a lot of things. Yeah, we had our sea rations were all olive drab cans. Our favorite was beanie weenies and sponge cake. That sponge cake was, ooh, it was good stuff. Guys traded everything they had just for sponge cake. Hey Frank, I trade you 2 cans of beanie weenies and 2 Hershey bars for that sponge cake right there. I know she liked beanie weenies a lot. Oh yeah, okay, that's a good deal. I have a sweet tooth that much, so that sponge cake was something was a must have. Yeah, that was my first thing I wanted to do. I wanted to join the Air Force, become a pilot. I said, my dad said, "What are you gonna do now?" Since I coaxed you in to join the Air Force or the Navy, I said, "I want to go to the Air Force and become a pilot, Pop." Frank, you're gonna have the education to be a pilot. I said, "What do you mean, Dad? You got to have a college education, son." I said, "Look, back in my days, World War II, if you're able-bodied, had ROTC, if you had some kind of training affiliation, you had a good chance of getting in the aviation. If you could get in the aviation in the Air Force, you might be make it a crew chief on a Herky Bird or something, or an aircraft handler. But being a pilot, you're not going to make it. I don't care how smart you are. You got to have a piece of paper. You got to go to Annapolis or Pensacola, Florida, for training and all the stuff and everything else just for aviation. It takes a lot of brains to do that stuff nowadays. So that shot that in the bud. I still got my P-38 ready. Matter of fact, I opened up a can with my P-38 a while ago. You fellas in the military know what a P-38 is. The ones who don't know what P-38 is, there's a little small can opener like this. It folds open like that, and you stick it. Once you got that, keep it the rest of your life. I got mine. I keep it with my dog tags. Oh yeah, those chocolate crisp. Most we had was Hershey bars. Now they got those MRIs, you call it, meals they have, which is a lot more, far more better than the C rations that we have. I got about 9 cases of C rations in my storage. Ruthie, my wife, before she passed away, said, "Frank, what's in all this? These boxes right here? They're C rations." So what are C rations? I said, "Come here, I'll show you." I opened up. These are meals in here. I got these in the Army surplus store. So what are you going to save those for? In case of for emergency food. In case something happens, we got at least something to eat. I want to tell you something, Ruth. These things will last forever. Wow, I had no idea there, Matt. MREs, that's what they are. MRIs, MIEs, that's what it was. I had a stew pot time. When I was in the Nam, I had no white cap on, no Dixie cup on, no blue dungarees. I had to wear ODs like the Marines did. Had a flak jacket on, stew pot. And you just take that pot off, put it in the fire, put food and cooking in it. We had to wash our clothes out of that pot right there. That pot, your helmet they gave you was a soldier's best friend. You could wash out of it, eat out of it, and clean out of it. And when it's all done, wipe it out, put it back in your head, protects your melon. Yeah, imagine by the time you're in there, Freddie, you you had no stew pots. You had different kind of. You had a helmet liner and something else they gave you guys. They phased those stew pots out back in Vietnam. But I know one thing: they're very heavy. They had to be. They saved your life. Oh yeah, we had canteens too. They're strapped to your stew pot too a lot. You had to carry them. Oh yeah. Oh, you had a steel piece. Okay, Freddie, I follow you. Okay, Tony. God love you. Thank you very much, dear sir. Thanks for everything you do for me. I sure appreciate it. Get a good night's sleep. We'll catch you tomorrow, and we'll bring something else that we all can work on and have fun. Thank you very much for being on the live stream night, Tony. God bless you, sir, and get some sleep, buddy. Tony's a good guy. I had no idea Tony lived about 30 miles away from my house when I was living in Ohio. I had no idea. He said, Frank, if I'd known you were that bad of a shape at the time, you could have stayed with me at my house. I had a 3-bedroom home and everything. I didn't know. I was so in a world of despair. After my brother's getting sick, he's in the VA hospital and stuff, and I had noticed the quit the premises, and I got gazumped already. Twice I got gazumped due to progress. And they got 8 watching and 17 thumbs up. That's good. I'll take a look at the stabilizer, see if I need to pull out a warp out of the stabilizer. Is there or not? Let's see here. Yeah. You add a little water, bring that right stabilizer up. When I go by using a heat gun like this, guys, you can always take warps out of using heat. Every time you wet that tissue down, it tightens up more than what it is. Let me check the stabilizer now, see if it's okay. Oh, yeah. Perfect. That's straight. Let's smooth this out. We're going to paint this thing blue. I have a little trim here, a little scalp trim. Take a little bumping stick here that Tony gave me. And we're going to go ahead and give a good little bumping. Smooth that stuff out when you paint. You won't have no tags of tissue paper. That's good. Strong. These old Comet kits, not too bad. Check, see that? Wonderful. Make sure I got it out good because you don't want no warps there. So, oh, that's perfect. That is perfection. Okay. 7 watching, 17 thumbs up. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate that. Time is a very funny thing. Things change with time, with time, Tony. I mean, Matt. Time changes everything, they say. That shows you how things can change in time as you grow older. In the past 7 years, I lost 2 homes. I lost my wife, lost my brother, lost my dogs. I had the most cute little dogs you ever seen in your life, little rat terriers. They were good little dogs. And ever since my wife died, I haven't been the same Frankie day. There's the loneliness of being alone all the time. And like I say, that's why I build models day in and day out. They just keep me, they're good for my mental health. They keep me going. And I got you guys. You guys are excellent. You guys do more for my mental health than the models do. And like I say, this is a wonderful community we have out here. This model community is the best there is. It's because that we all share the same lore, the same love. A lot of us been in the military, you know how it is. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for a long time. A lot of fellas I haven't seen for a long time. You got Paul of ISM Models. It's called What's on the Bench with Paul. I think he's not there no more. I can't find him anywhere. You can find his videos though, but I don't think he does anymore. I hear no more from Nigel either. Nigel's modeling bench. A lot of those old fellas are there a long time, not there no more. But I'm still here, guys. I'll be here to death does me part. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Thank God for this video's over with. I'm gonna go ahead and find out what I gotta do to send you guys a link. You can join in with me because I can have pictures of you guys on my screen with me too. You know, like like what like Lindsay does and a lot of other fellows. That's what I like. That's be my next goal. I'm gonna see what I can do to send you guys send a link so you guys can join in with me. If y'all got web cameras there, that would be too cool. Is right there, Matt. I still like to thank you very much for that deck you gave me for my USS Missouri and that Ponto set. It's in my kit of my Missouri, so I get the stuff out of storage. I'll be probably working on that too. I got that big old Iowa over there. I got to finish up on. Oh wow! You never finished up Big Mo? I know you had a deck problem on before. That was probably one of Tamea's first ship kits that they. Wait a second. No, it was a Bismarck. Bismarck was the first they came out with the Missouri back in the early '80s. That was a $50 kit. Now Revell made one too, like that. Also, I think it was about $20. It was equally well good too. Yeah, that thing been to so many refits. I think when it came out of mothballs, the whole back deck was just all wood with less 20 millimeter anti-aircraft guns and no seaplane crane. Took that down. Also, the catapults on there they had took those off. And then as they progressed into more refits, they put the metal deck on there and things. Right now, Big Mo's in Pearl Harbor. It's funny. You got two symbols of warships there. You got the Arizona at the beginning of the war, and USS Missouri at the end of the war. I can remember back in 1953 when I was living in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. My brother Gary was born there. The Arizona still was there. They took off the forward foremast fire controls, and the bridge area was removed. The only thing that was sticking out was the mainmast. That was still sticking out of the water, and the seaplane crane too was out there still. But they took at that time they started removing the superstructures on there. In 1960, they took everything off and made that memorial across there. Yes, the Enterprise. I've got one of those. To me, a kit. That too is probably about a $200 kit. Now, I was on eBay looking for some ship fittings and ran across a guy wanted $75 for one of those. He bought two of them, and I think one of those guys watched my channel, and he messaged me after I put a bid on it, and he told me, "So Frank," he says, "I had no idea that was you right there. So you put a bid on it." So I tell you what I can do. I'll go ahead and take this off this bid right here. Let you have it for $75. Because I bought two of them. I said, wow, okay. So I sent him through my card here, the PayPal card. I got $75. It's a good kit. You'll like it. Yeah, Freddie's got one of those. I saw it, Freddie. I seen it in your big old hobby shop with stashes. Freddie's got everything. Ain't nothing this man don't have. How you feeling, Freddie? You feeling a lot better? You're a great man, Matt. You're a great person, buddy. I wish you guys were here with me right now. We'd have a one hell of a heck of a time. It's Matt and Tony and Freddie, only ones online right here on the chat. 5 watching, 19 thumbs up. I told you I feel better, buddy. I've been praying for you every night, Freddie. They say prayer always works, and it does, my friend. I'm glad you're feeling better. I think tomorrow we're going to have live action on the flying boat Emily. And I think I'll end up painting that tomorrow. We'll start painting that up. I got it all together, and I'm going to start masking down the windows and start painting it. We'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Okay, Matt. Thank you. God bless you for everything, buddy. Take care. Like I say, at the end of my videos, make mama happy. Take care of little ones, and a happy wife is a happy life. And so you got to take care of mama and take care of your family. God bless you and say your prayers, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night show. Tomorrow night show. We're gonna have the Emily going, and you guys will like that. Good night, Matt. Take care, sir. Well, Freddie, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, buddy. It's only you on here. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And I'm going to join you on Facebook, and we can have some more chat and show and tell going on. I'll send you some pictures of my Emily, what I got going on. And on the B36, I'm out of that tape. So Tony sent me a roll of that tape. So I'll probably be getting it pretty soon. Once I get that, I'll go ahead and finish up the B36. But I got the Emily going pretty good. So when I get back on the on Facebook, I'll send you some pictures of it, how much I got done on it, buddy. Okay, everyone. I'd like to thank everybody for watching tonight's live stream. We got the tail feathers on the Comet SR7, the Reliant sports plane. And tomorrow we're going to have the painting of the Emily flying boat. I think you all like that. And I got a lot of stuff coming up your way. And make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Stay focused. You drive. Beware of your surroundings. Get yourself a kit. It's getting cold outside. And take care of yourselves. Say your prayers. God bless everybody. And thank you for all my new subscribers for watching my live streams and your comments and candor and views. I'll be on every one of you. God bless everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the painting of the Emily flying boat by Hasagawa, 1/72 scale. So don't miss that. It's Frankie Day signing off. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye, boys. Take care of yourself, fellas.